Hey y'all, this is Driver. So today we're gonna venture around a little bit in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the reason for this is I was wanting to kind of check out the hurricane. So if you've seen my previous video, should be earlier today. Um, we have a hurricane that's going to be coming up. It's down here right now, close to Cozumel and Cancun, and it's heading up to Florida, up toward my hometown. Well, not quite. Hopefully it'll miss us. But anyhow, so right now we're in game right now. We're gonna step out of game here in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna kind of show you what currently is going on the weather forecast and everything. But zoomed out like we are, you can see the cloud formations like over here on the left here is what's left of Hurricane John. I believe it's now a tropical depression or tropical storm at this point. It's made landfall and it's ventured back out. um, that's not much of a concern. You can see, and it's hard to see because I have these selected here for Cozumel and stuff, but you can see the cloud formation here until we get so far zoomed in. You can see the cloud formation right here, and this right here would be your eye of the storm. So it's passing right near here. Currently, last I looked, it was a tropical storm still. It was not even a hurricane yet. So before we go into flight sim, as you can tell, it's still going to be dark. If I pan out a little bit, you can see the sun's more out this direction. So it's just now starting to get light on the coast here in Florida, around Jacksonville and whatnot. So let's step over to my desktop for just a second, and we're gonna take a look at this weather forecast. Let the daylight kind of catch up to us. So we'll be right back. Okay, guys. So we're over on the desktop now. We're looking at my web browser here. So a couple reasons why we're gonna do this. So first off, one thing I've always been interested about is they use airborne hurricane trackers to track hurricanes. And the way it works, I did a little Google search here, and that's what's kind of here, but it reloaded on me, kind of changed what I looked up. But you can do a Google search for this as well. So what I do know is that aircraft will fly above the hurricane, high enough up where it won't bother them, and they will drop basically weather balloons and that kind of thing into the hurricane. And it drops all the way down to the ocean, but as it's going down, it collects all kind of different data. I don't know much about the data. I've been reading up on it, and it's it's added to my headache. We'll call it that. I'm getting a headache just from the weather coming in. Not quite feeling the hurricane, but we have some other weather around. So feel free to Google that, and you can get kind of more of an idea of what's going on. Um, if we look at Google Maps here, I know that it's bright, at least to me it is. But Cozumel's down here, and then over here is Cancun, and you can see that they even put right here in the water where the hurricane is. Now I'm going to refresh my screen, and hopefully it won't screw anything up. But as you can see, it has not moved, um, and it does give me some information there about the tropical storm, and then it pulls this map up for us like that. So, but the idea is on our flight today is we are going to fly out of Cancun. There's an airport here. We're planning on flying straight out here now, without using fancy computer stuff. I won't know exactly where it is, so we're going to fly that direction. I may clip some of that out. I don't want to turn this into a long flight, or a really long video. The flight from Cancun to Cozumel alone is a 40-mile straight flight. So that's about a 45-minute to an hour flight, depending upon traffic circles and things like that. Our plan is to go out from Cancun out to the hurricane and see if we can fly through this in game. Obviously, this is all in game, guys. And I'm curious of whether or not we can, and how Microsoft Flight Simulator reacts to this kind of weather. I've never fooled with this at all. Depending upon the results we get out of this today, I may do a follow up video when the hurricane comes up to Florida. Um, I live over around this direction. They're forecasting it to hit right through here. Actually, it's pretty much across this section here, but more or less heading for Tallahassee. Um, so, and then looking at our tracker here, and I'll even refresh this, we'll get a nice little fresh on it. So, the hurricane, which is not even a hurricane yet, still tropical storm, is right here. 4 a.m. it was down here. Um, they're predicting by 1 o'clock today that it will be a Category 1 at 81 mile an hour hurricane, and as it comes up, I'll zoom this out a little bit for you guys. That by tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll be a Category 3 at 121-mile-an-hour winds, and it's predicting to hit. Like I said, there's Tallahassee. It's predicting to hit right across here. So anywhere from Panama City over past Perry, Madison, and whatnot. So everybody on this coastline is looking at getting ready to evacuate pretty quick. Also, there's been evacuations being put in for a lot of the coast here. And the reason for that, if you look at these rain bands right here, can cause serious flooding, power outages, and so on and so forth. It can get pretty nasty on that side. I'm not too worried right now because as you see, the rain bands are real small on the left side. They always are. So as it comes up, I'll probably get some rain out of the deal over here, but I'm thinking that's about all I'm going to get. I might lose power at times, and I'm not too worried about it. So any of the flickering you see here on the screen is lightning strikes. I hear them because I have the audio on my web browser here. So like I said, our plan is to see if we can fly through the eye of the hurricane. I want to see how the storm reacts. Like I said, we're waiting on a little bit more daylight, but I figured I'd go ahead and pre-start my video with you guys and start getting all this stuff lined up and all that. So for anybody that actually flies in real life, I do not, but I have friends that do. But they use this website. It's called Sky Vector, and it shows airports, stuff like that. Now, this does not show in the hurricane, but it does show us a little bit of the airport circles and airspace circles and stuff like that. So, if this hurricane was an aircraft, I hope he has clearance to make it all the way up through here because he probably doesn't. But that was just a little funny part on me. So anyhow, guys, we're just going to kind of see how that goes. And like I said, they've changed this a little bit on me. Every time I click on it, it changes. But I want to say it was going to be around 10 o'clock tomorrow night is roughly around the time it's going to hit Tallahassee. So my plan is that tomorrow before dark, I'm planning on doing another video. I'm planning on picking an airport near Tallahassee, as close to the coast as I can get. And I want to see what we can see in the game, at least. This is all just some fun, guys. I figured it'd be kind of entertaining while I'm sitting there tracking a hurricane. So I might as well make it a little bit fun, right? So with all that being said, guys, and also I'm using windy.com. And the other thing to note here on this website, one thing that's pretty cool. So I'm looking at Radar Plus right now, and then I'm able to look at all the hurricane stuff. So if I go over here and I change it back to the wind, which is what I normally have it on, and turn the hurricane thing off. So these are the winds we're looking at right here. So you can see the eye of the storm is here and how strong these winds are going to be. Now earlier I did get on, I did a small night flight, and just flying across here I was getting 25-mile-an-hour winds. So we're going to see how this is going to go. And I'm going to be doing this in a 152. I may have to change gears and get a bigger plane, but I'm more familiar with the 152. So, but yeah, and then you can see how the wind is not as bad from Hurricane John, or what's left of it now, over here. But you can see all the other storms, like you can see a little circle rotation there, but I don't believe that's a hurricane over there. Oh, it is. It is one. Let's see, 99L. That's a new one then. 99L, that is a new one. That was not up here earlier today, so there's no forecast available, and it was updated 5 hours ago. I did my other recording 4 hours ago, so maybe it just hadn't updated by then. But this looks to be just a tropical storm or depression at this point. It's got 60-mile-an-hour winds. That could head right up here into the coast, so be something else to keep an eye on. But I'm more worried about this one down here because home, yeah. Anyhow, guys, I've done enough rambling right here. I'm pretty sure you got an idea how this website works, and you can probably see why I love this website. So let's go ahead and skip back over into the game. Let's see if there's some daylight. Maybe we can get ready to fly out. Now we're going to do a more of a pure and proper flight. We are going to taxi from parking over to the runway. We're going to use ATC for all of our clearances and stuff like that. And then we'll take off and fly. Depending upon how long the flight is, I may cut out part of the flight after we get up in the air and get to cruising a little bit. So anyhow, guys, let's get back into the game. Okay, guys, so we are back into the game here. It might still be a little dark. I don't know if we're going to be able to take off yet. I may have to re-record this part. We'll see. Just wanted to show you that what I did was I added a waypoint. And the waypoint I added should be right about the eye. It's pretty cool how you can watch that the clouds are actually turning right here. I noticed that earlier. So I did that. And also, we're running 100% live traffic, live everything. So that's kind of what we're doing there. So let's load in here and let's see what happens here. I do know it's raining because it was raining when I was on here earlier. So sorry for the noise. Grab my joystick. So I'm currently using a Game Thruster flight stick. So yeah, it's still pretty dark, but I think we're going to be able to see maybe a little bit here. I will minimize a lot of this stuff so you guys don't have to look at it. You may even go into an exterior view when we're looking at all this. So in the exterior view will look similar to this. If I minimize all this garbage down so you don't have to look at it once we get up in the air. But I mean, just looking around, I mean, it's just gloomy and rainy over here right now. But I'm curious of how it's going to look when we get over to where the actual hurricane is at. So I'm hoping that my waypoints are going to show up like I want them to. So like here on Sky for Sim, it's not showing me because I'm not a premium member on here, so it doesn't really show me weather. I'm able to look at certain weather things, but to get all the real world stuff, I mean, it gives me some stuff. It gives me what the wind is doing. It's blowing at 26 knots right now out of 340 degrees. It gives me the pressure, it gives me the visibility, and the temperature in Celsius, which so 25 Celsius. I'm not sure what that translates to in Fahrenheit, but I do know it's got all that information in it. I knew at one time, I think there was a weather overlay right here. So I can turn this on and it will give me the rain overlay. So it kind of gives us an idea of where we're flying to. We're just basically going to head straight out this way. So we're probably going to leave that up for our flight for the time being. I'm not going to worry about the landing monitor. I am going to need ATC because I got to talk to them people and all that stuff. And we're going to be starting out inside. So let's get back in here. We need to fire this old girl up. Just going to cheat, do it that way. Turn our cabin lights on. We're going to go ahead and get all of our lights clicked on here. Okay, and that was my fault. I just realized I had the throttle on. So, as soon as I cranked up, even with the parking brake set, this thing started to move, so almost whacked his head off of him. So hopefully he'll give us a pushback. So anyhow, let's see.
Ground Cessna India Tango 5247 with uniform request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Cessna India Tango 5247 ground airport is currently IFR. Request denied.
Oh, that's new. The airport is currently IFR and its request has been denied. So let's see if we can get a departure going east.
Ground Cessna India Tango 5247 with uniform request taxi for takeoff departure to the east.
Cessna India Tango 5247 ground airport is currently IFR. Request denied.
It did not do this to me earlier, guys. Let's see if we can go for south departure.
India Tango 5247 ready to taxi south departure with uniform.
Cessna India Tango 5247 ground airport is currently IFR. Request denied.
Alright guys, so let me come back. I'm going to do a little Google search on what's going on here, why I can't get clearance. I mean, it is just a simulation game, so in theory I could just go ahead and take off. You see people out here flying around. And there's one on the ground in front of me too, so Let me tab out of here for just a second, guys. I'm gonna do a little Google searching and see if I can figure this out. I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. So I did a little bit of checking. It's basically due to the weather is the reason why it's not giving me clearance to take off. So, from what I'm reading, I mean it's a simulation game, so obviously in real life I wouldn't want to take off in weather like this, but you know, this is just for fun and whatnot. So I'm told that I can just do this, enable ignoring weather at this airport, um, and be able to bypass this. So we're gonna give that a try and see what that does for us, and we'll kind of just go from there.
Ground Cessna India Tango 5247 with uniform request taxi to the active departing straight out.
Cessna India Tango 5247 taxi to and hold short of runway 30 left using taxiway Delta Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 30 left via taxiway Delta Alpha Cessna 247.
Okay, so that was what we needed there.
Ground Cessna India Tango
So
5247
we get
requesting
pushed back here so we don't chop this guy's head off.
Cessna India Tango 5247 pushback request accepted.
Oh,
Ground Cessna India Tango 5247 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
I probably got him all screwed up because I'm so close to him.
Request has been transmitted to the operator.
Yeah, he's tweaking out. I don't know if you can see his wheel down there, but he's going crazy here, so we're not gonna get our push back. Stop
Ground
push
Cessna
back.
India Tango 5247 requesting the end of pushback.
Fortunately, you're just gonna have to close your eyes for a minute because I have no other choice. I'm gonna have to
Request to end pushback received.
run through his body with the wing, unfortunately. So what's to our left? Yeah, we can just go left. Close your eyes there, folks. If it had been a real world, obviously, he would have moved properly. And I'm aware that I am cruising a little fast on taxi. Part of that, I think the wind is pushing me right now. Let me slow down. Brakes. She does not want to turn. Nothing. Yeah, this wind is going to be pretty gnarly, boys and girls. Yeah. I mean, I'm aware that I'm going a little fast, but this wind is pushing. And I'm probably sliding too. Fuck that. Excuse me. Okay.
Cancun Tower Cessna India Tango 5247 ready at runway 30 left straight out departure.
Cessna India Tango 5247, wind tree 42 at 18. Departing straight out, approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 30 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30 left Cessna 247.
Clear here. White light is down there. We have liftoff. Alright, we're just gonna keep climbing here until they plus we can go ahead and continue. We'll go ahead and make us our left-hand turn, go past the airport, and then we'll get in line for where we're going. We'll just kind of look around as we go. I don't do too many rain flights, so this is not a new experience, but a different experience for me. You can kind of see how the clouds in front of us look a little different. Of course, we're going to be going the other way. Thought I would have heard from these people, you know? Go ahead and make a turn. Can't see a squad up here. Right here for a little bit. What we're doing right now, folks, is just basically getting past the airport. It's a good rule of thumb not to fly directly over the airport if you have to. Alright, so our custom waypoint right here is approximately where the eye is, at least when we looked earlier. Got a plane to our left over there, but they're at 22,000 feet. We're only at a little over 2,000, almost 3. No, we're 2,100. Sorry. Read my numbers wrong. Obviously, the hurricane is tracking north, so we may have to go a little bit north.
Cessna 247 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Cancun Tower Cessna India Tango 5, 247 frequency change. Cancun approach Cessna India Tango 5, 247 is type Cessna 152 5 miles southeast of Cancun, 2,400 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna India Tango 5, 247 Cancun approach. Squawk 142 tree.
Squawk 142 tree Cessna 247.
Cessna 247 radar contact 5 miles southeast of Cancun, 2,000 feet. Altimeter 29.37.
Roger Cessna 247.
Alright. So you can see how the wind is kind of pushed us side to side a little bit there. The thing that's kind of cool about here is this here will tell us our wind. So we have wind hitting us on the side at 36 knots. And I don't have rudder pedals or anything like that. I'm flying with the flight stick. So when we go to external view, you can see how much rudder that we're using to stay straight, you know, but it's automatic, so I'm not actually doing anything. But we're just gonna kind of cruise here, guys. I'm gonna minimize a lot of this, and yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is now that we're up in the air, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off. Once we get closer and I start seeing some changes, I'll bring you guys back in. So I'll see you here in a little while. Alright, guys, so we are basically coming into this wall here, cloud wall. We're not quite as far as we needed to go. So I just tabbed over real quick. I knew the plane was okay where it was at. We're flying at 3,700 elevation, climbing still. And this, if you can see where my mouse is right here, this opening area here, about right where my mouse is where the eye is. So that's where we're heading to. So if you look, we've got a pretty good wall of cloud right here. I mean, look at that. I think that's pretty wild. So we're kind of still heading toward the direction of our waypoint, but it looks like we're going to fly right into the eye here in just a few minutes. So I figured I'd bring you guys back for that. And I figured we'd stay in exterior view for this. And I'm only keeping this map up just so I can make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. This wind, is, as you can see, is just pushing the daylights out of this plane. Our wind is now 49 knots, which I don't think you would want this plane up here in the sky with this crap. I don't think that would be too fun. Obviously, the planes that I spoke about that do the, well, look at that. Well, like we're just coming right out of the wall. The planes that I was talking about, they would obviously be flying a lot higher than this. They would probably be up around 10,000 or 15,000 elevation due to their drops. Not this low. do not let go of the stick there, how much it pulled me. Now it will automatically do its thing and kind of level me back out if I let it, which at times is kind of nice. Looks like we need to go this way a little more. We need to go through this bigger cloud here. I'm just trying to get us over into here. And we're back in here still. I got above the clouds when I got up around 2,000 to 2,500 feet up in the air. You can see the sun just trying to peek through here. See something Nova 43. As you can see, I'll look down real quick. Whoop, down. I mean, we can see the ocean down here right now, but we're not even to the eye yet. I believe the eye, that mess. Eye is going to be just on this side of it, I think. So it looks like we're tracking the right direction here. I'm curious about this plane over here. The plane over there going the same direction we are. And we got another one coming into our left here. Somewhere out that direction. These cloud formations are really cool. I'll give it that much. And just kind of give you an idea, so we're going to zoom in. You can see the opening here in this weather pattern right here. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to tab out and I'm going to switch my screen here real fast. We'll show you this real quick. And if I'm looking at this correctly, we're right here. We're right in this area right here. And the hurricane is right here as of 7 o'clock this morning, so 16 minutes ago. So we're almost going to run right through the middle of it. Everything pans out just right. Let me switch that back so that we get full view. Get rid of this, we don't need that.
Cessna 247, contact Meredith Center on 125.2. Good day.
125.2 Cessna 247. Goodbye.
Good thing is that once I see all this, let me let them talk.
4,300 feet.
Cessna India Tango 5247, Meredith Center, altimeter 29.28, radar contact, continue.
I mean, look how clear it is right here, guys. This is amazing. Now, when we were back there, I mean, look at that. We flew through already. I think the journey ahead is going to be right in front of us or just to our left, because obviously we're not going to be 100% on with the radar tracking. I know that in game that the weather is sometimes delayed a little while too. How much that's delayed, I have no clue, but I'm going to say at least 5 minutes, maybe 10, maybe more. And I'm not sure how high up I want to be when I hit this. I'm thinking I can go high and I can always circle and come back down. But yeah. That over there looks pretty wild. I mean, in my opinion, that almost looks more like the eye than the direction we're going. there does. But like I said, from what I've been looking at, we should be pretty close to the eye. Maybe that's it over there. So, and the wind is still pretty bad. It's slowed down a little bit now. It's at 40 knots, but it was about 50 earlier. Thinking that this is it right here. Thinking that's got to be it. What we're going to do is we'll fly out past, we'll fly this direction for a bit, and then we'll make a left-hand turn and intercept it and see what it looks like there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video again, guys, and we'll come back and when I get to seeing something more interesting. So we'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, so I haven't flown too much further, and I'm noticing it looks like I'm just pretty well past this. I want to go through it. Okay. So I'm going to make a left-hand turn. I also noticed another airplane over here by us. Looks like this started to become a popular area. So we're going to make us a quick left. And this person's way up high above me. But looks like they have pretty well the same idea I do. So we're going to fly right into the middle of this thing. Actually, there's two over here. Look at that. That's why I was playing with these maps, guys. So I'm looking at other people that are over here. So there's now 2 or 3. I don't know about this one. Looks like they're just flying away. But they're definitely flying higher than I am. So finding that kind of neat at the same time. I'm also kind of just watching the wind here, because the wind has dropped down to 30 knots almost. And I can't get rid of that. It's part of my custom waypoint. Yeah, I think we'll just fly into this and see what the inside of this looks like. Set the camera here. Go back. Like that person just crashed, or negative 15,000 feet. They're coming back. That might be a server delay there. This part might be a little bit long, guys, but I figured you guys might want to see this. I mean, you look all around us and it looks nice and clear and cloudy in places. See how far north we are of our point here. It may look like we're going down, but we're actually kind of leveled off right now. 2775, kind of just hovering right here. Lifting now. Yeah, this might be the eye of it right here. Okay. Got a headwind of 40 knots, so that's really slowing us down getting into this. I don't think this hurricane wants us in here. Oh wow, how that looked right there. We are losing altitude quick. like it opened up right there. Got other people flying around. 4 of us total. And 2 are on the stacked. I can't read their names. Look like one, something other. Is like flying into a dark void right here. It's almost eerie. Almost seems like we're flying out of it. Is that lightning? That was. All right over here. Out there toward Island Boy. They're playing in the... Or even more clouded that way. The wind is let down. Trying to look around this. Yeah, I think that right there might be the eye, kids. I think it might be. Picked up some altitude going through that though. A lot of lightning in this direction though. Sorry for the movement, but I'm kind of looking around. Probably this we're seeing right there on the radar. Yeah, I think we just flew right through the eye, guys. If not, we were pretty close to it. I am enjoying seeing these clouds. These clouds are really cool looking. Scary with the lightning, I'll agree, but we're just going to stay on this track right here. I haven't touched my joystick, so it kind of let loose and let it do its own thing, so it's taking care of everything. It's keeping us more or less straight and level. It might take us off course, but it's pretty much holding us in one direction at least. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the radar again here. Quick. So yeah, they're showing it to be around there. And if I move us back, game. Yeah, I think we just flew right through it, guys. But this is just all the storm around us. The camera movement with the mouse is kind of a pain in the rear end, in case you're wondering. Seems like left and right ain't right, up and down's not right. I'm curious about. Flip. Back out here. Now the wind's hitting us real hard from the side here. That's that storm with all the lightning in it. Oh yeah. That's something you'd want to fly through in real life. I wouldn't want to fly through a bunch of lightning. Holy. Wow. I'll be honest, this is kind of wild. I think if I was doing this in real life, I'd probably be scared to death right at the moment. I'm gonna go through the heart of the storm for the fun of it. I can vaguely hear the thunder. All that lightning's over it. Holy. Now you can hear the thunder, guys. It's not as loud as the airplane is. Oh my god. Get my way back up. I apologize for the flashing if flashing lights gives you problems. It's cool how the light of the lightning reflects off the airplane. Yeah, we're flying right into the heart of the storm. Oh my god. Wow. That is cool. I'd be scared to death if I was in this plane in real life, but that is cool. Alright guys, so that's going to settle it for me. It definitely satisfied my curiosity. We're going to make us a U-turn real quick, see what the eye looks like now. Well, there's more people in here now. There's our custom waypoint over there. And the eye is now this direction. Facing that way. You see how much our wind has changed too? Now the wind is hitting on the right at 30 knots. Camera straighten out. This guy's about the same height as we are. That guy's really low. I wonder what it does look like down towards sea level. No, why not? I would not do this in real life. See how much the airplane is shaking there? I'm stressing. they had all realism kicked on right there, it would have been pretty bad. Let's look at this from a little bit more of a sea level perspective. So we're about 900 altitude now. What we're gonna do is make right-hand turn. I want to look for the cone. We might be in the middle of it now. That water is choppy. Let's see if I can get this thing to balance out a little bit. Thinking the eye is there to our right. That's what it is. Either to our right or behind us. I think we're okay. Give me one sec, guys. Shows that the eye should be right about where we're at, almost. I think the eye is just right behind us. Back toward our waypoint there. We're gonna make us a turn here. We're gonna do one more fly through, guys. I know this is probably getting long and a little bit boring. I find it fascinating and cool. I love weather. Curious about what happened to our eye that we had. Water's a little choppy, not too bad. The lightning definitely looks cool. I think our eye is to our right. I don't think so. It's pretty good though. Unless we're inside the eye. That's a good possibility. I don't know how big the eye could be. Never really thought about looking that up. If that's the case, the eye is going that way. With my right wing. Of course, when this thing's a really full-blown hurricane, this may be way different. And every hurricane's different. Nothing ever looks the same. Alright guys, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I'm going to go ahead and fly this bird on back in. I'm not even going to fly down to Cozumel. I'm just going to go back to Cancun and land this bird. And I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow, before dark in Florida, I am going to take another flight from probably Tallahassee or near Tallahassee and go down and see what this thing looks like. It'll be a bigger hurricane by then. That's also going to depend upon whether the tracking changes toward me. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I found this really interesting and fun. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy it. I hope this is entertaining at least. I don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna fly back and I'm gonna call it a day, and I'll probably have another video up here in the next day or two, and we'll see what those look like. So I will catch you guys later. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. See ya.